Hey, if you could just give me a little shout out in the chat box just to let me know that you can hear me, that would be great. I think we've got about 11 in tonight, which is pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 including me. So if you can hear me, guys, I'll turn up my mic a little bit. If you can hear me, just give me a shout out on here. I'm getting a few yeses, which is great. I've got John Wheeler said yes. Yeah, Matt Fletcher, John Sherrington, Victoria. That's good. As long as everyone can hear me, I might put this thing a bit closer to my head. Nice t-shirt, yeah. Cheers, Kinvara. Good. Haley, I want a t-shirt. Cool. I'll get you all some, no worries. This is cool. I get one for Anna as well. No problem. Small arms. Cheers, Matt. Thank you. Excellent. Good. Well, it looks like everyone can hear me. So what I'm going to do is just, Michelle, I can't see or hear. Oh, Michelle. Maybe she'll pick us up. I'll come on to the t-shirts at the end if you want. Um, Right. Firstly, I just want to welcome everyone to the program. The last week, I know, was horrendous. Obviously, it was a really, really difficult time. You're not the first people to have done it, and you certainly won't be the last. It was there for a very good reason, and that was to eliminate as many toxins from your body as possible and to start to get you to start releasing fats, to give it that real kickstart. So that was the reason behind it. But you're through it, and you're through to the other side now, and everything's absolutely fine. So firstly, I want to say well done for getting through that, and also I wanted to say well done for all of your results this week. I've taken a look, and a lot of you have been letting me know as you've been sending them in. I've been comparing them, so I can literally get into my database and draw upon all of your details straight away and marry them all up, which is great. So I can pick up on all of that stuff at the drop of a hat. If any of you want any of your results at any time, no worries, I can get it across to you in minutes. It's no problem whatsoever. So it's a big fat welcome from me to the program. It's a big fat well done for last week, and I just really want to kick things off with the chat box and have everyone ask as many questions as they can. We've got an hour from now, so we'll knock it on the head at 9:10, now that I've got my spiel out of the way and a little bit of a welcome. So literally just go with the chat box, stick your question in, and I'm going to work through them as we go. If we're doubling up on questions, I'm not going to answer two questions obviously that are the same, so I'm literally just going to go that way. So if you have questions written down, go for it. As soon as the questions come in, I'll start answering those, and if there are no questions coming in, I'll try and kick things off. All right? If you don't have a question just yet, what will happen is that you will definitely get a kick up the bum when it comes to other people asking questions. All right, so no worries there. So feel free, chat away in the chat box, and I will answer your questions as quickly as I can. Okay, John Wheeler, straight in. What's the best thing to take after a workout? Okay, so John, when it comes to this sort of thing, when it comes to workouts, all right, I did a little bit of a spent a little bit of a time, and also we're getting one from Marie, pre and post workout fuel. Okay, so let's talk about pre and post workout. And what I want to say is that I don't want to address pre and post workout yet. Now, the reason that I don't want to is because our phase 1 and 2 is really about kicking start that fat loss. Okay, when we get any sort of pre-workout and post-workout in the traditional form in right now, it's always going to hamper our fat loss. So when it comes to achieving energy at this point, okay, the only reason we're getting these questions now is, if you think about it, this group is very, very dominant in the CrossFit arena. So obviously that's why you're asking a lot of questions when it comes to pre and post workout. But you have to remember that we're on this program from a transformation aspect. So we need to set things up for fat loss to achieve those results. Now, when we're talking about achieving those results, we're trying to achieve in phase 1 fat adaptation, which is why the processed carbohydrates have been eliminated and the starches. And we also need to prime you for literally being a fat burning machine. Now, if we start bringing in post workouts and pre workouts, all of that's going to be hampered. When you look into the remainder of the modules, what you're going to get is information about how to set your workouts up so that you get predominant fat loss. All right. So for instance, in your next one, I'm going to get a little bit ahead of this, but in your next week, you're going to be finding out about the fact that we need to optimize our pancreas and our liver so that we are not having any insulin in the bloodstream, because insulin will turn off fat burning. If you learn nothing else during this program, any insulin spike whatsoever will turn on fat storage and turn off fat burning. Okay, so you will literally be a fat storing machine and you won't be tapping into your stores. Now, when it comes to performance, yes, when it comes to adapting to or becoming fat adapted, we have to take a step back in our performance to take a huge leap forward. Because at the moment, a lot of people will be literally sugar adapted and fueling their workouts on sugar. We need to use phase 1 and 2 to become as fat adapted as possible. As soon as you're fat adapted, you'll get a huge leap forward in your performance. Now, what can you do right now? Well, to get energy for your workouts, you could look at having some form of greens powder. What that will do is allow your blood to be as oxygenated as possible and allow your blood to not clog together. Your red blood cells need to be free and separated so they're moving individually. They'll then be able to move down your capillaries and deliver oxygen and nutrients to your working muscles. That's what that will do. So in terms of pre and during, at the moment, as a maximum, you probably want to be looking at some form of greens powder. Post-workout, we're not going to touch it at the moment. We're literally in this period where we need to be not spiking that insulin and getting as much benefit from growth hormone as possible. So at the moment, it's about pure, unadulterated, live food using the formats that I've given you. So I hope that helps and I hope you understand that. We're trying to get fat adapted and we're trying to use fat predominantly during phase 1 and into phase 2. In terms of improving your performance, that's going to come in phase 3, and I tell you what, it's going to absolutely blow your mind when you reach that phase 3. Phase 3 is about learning what foods are going to work for you individually, what foods we can introduce, whether you are actually carb, like a person who can actually utilize carbs and is tolerant to carbohydrates. Are you tolerant to milk? All of those sorts of things. How does your body work? And we're going to talk about how to backload carbohydrates for optimum performance, optimum body composition, putting a stop on any fat loss, and maintaining the body that you now have got and improving your performance. And I know for a few of you that is going to be exactly what you want. All right, so hopefully that answers your question. May not be exactly what you want to hear, but that's the way the program's going. Okay, so let's go back. Getting loads of questions coming through. Okay. Okay, I got one from Matt Fletcher again. What's the best Leolite? I'm guessing that's zeolite. I literally put a post on Facebook today. Take a look. It's basically what you want is a micronized one. Zeolites have this cage-like structure which help to eliminate all of these really heavy metals from your body. So they almost like grasp around it and draw it out and help to eliminate it from your body. Now, if it's milled or ground down, it hasn't taken care of that cage-like structure, and it actually won't work. Okay, so you want a micronized one and you want a pure one. Okay, and I sent a link into there because I found one on Amazon. All right, I think it's about 800 grams, and no problem, you can go ahead with that one. So maybe you've had a look at that. Anna, why is goat's cheese okay but not any other? It's lower in lactose. Can we have raw milk in moderation? I'd like you to wait till at least you're out of phase 1. Okay. So yeah, the goat's cheese is in there because of the lower lactose, and it was there so that you could have something of a little bit more flavour. You don't have to have it all the time, but with goat's cheese, if you find a good one, it won't be as disgusting as the ones that are out there. So I actually really didn't like goat's cheese until I found a good quality one, spent a little bit more money on it, and actually quite like it now. And it works. I'm sure John Sherrington will agree with me. Goat's cheese works really well with fresh figs and Parma ham, really nicely. I really like those three together, so I'm sure he'll back me up on that. Well, hopefully. So John Sherrington, is it okay to have a breakfast smoothie, then another smoothie mid-morning with a smaller lunch? Absolutely. Okay, so you're getting to the point where you're looking into this and saying, well, actually a smoothie is the same as, or can be made in exactly the same way as the fat loss lunch. So for instance, you can take that thyroid enhancing spirulina as your sea vegetable, have some fats, have some protein, get the veg in there, and you've got a great meal. So absolutely. So it goes to show that this program can be manipulated from what it is in its suggestion to actually achieving the end result to fit with your lifestyle and preferences. For me, I absolutely love the smoothies. They're easy for me. I can drink them while driving. I can click the lid back on, put it on the driving seat and sip on it all day. I can carry one in a bag. It's a complete meal and it absolutely works for me. I'm traveling around all over the place throughout the day, and it saves me getting the fork out. The way that I have my evening meal, I'll have my raw veg with that one and also have my protein in exactly the same way as you're having it. You know, I'm not eating in any different way to how you guys are. You know, I'm literally eating tried and tested methods. Okay, so for sure you can have a smoothie, you can have 3 smoothies a day. It's up to you. All right. Okay, John, can I add seaweed to the shakes? Yes, John. What I did was see that. Remember, I posted that selection on Facebook of the ones that I have. in that is a pack of spirulina, and that one works very well with the smoothies. So yes, if you can tolerate it and you want it, yes, you can definitely have that. If you don't want that, then go with adding some spirulina. All right, so you can have either fresh spirulina, or if you can tolerate the sea veg in it, great, go with that. But also spirulina powder works really well. If goat's cheese is okay, is goat's milk okay? It's, as you suggested, it's okay. All right, so I wouldn't want you drinking loads of the stuff because there is some lactose in there. So I don't want you gulping down on goat's milk. But if you want a little bit of it, then obviously you can, because obviously we've said goat's cheese is okay. A little bit of goat's milk might be okay. Personally, I don't like it. I don't like the smell. But for instance, when it comes to cheese, I'll have goat's cheese. Matt Fletcher, can we drink coconut milk like we do water? No. The calories are just going to be right up there. Okay, whilst I don't want you calorie counting as such, if you follow the protocols, you're going to be in a deficit anyway. And drinking coconut milk, which is extremely high calories, like you do water, is firstly not going to have the effect that we want from the water, and coconut milk is going to be right up through the roof. All right, it's obviously concentrated coconut, so it's broken down, tons of it in there. There's no way you could drink that like milk, okay, like water. All right, it's going to be massively notching up your calories there. Okay, Michelle, the coffee bar at work has almond milk. Black coffee is king if necessary. However, if I really wanted to, can I have almond milk flat white? P.S. Not craving coffee at all. You certainly can. Real short answer to that, Michelle. You can have the almond milk. You've been having almond milk in your smoothies as well. If it's the fact that you're going to have a little bit in your coffee, go ahead. Absolutely fine. Choose next. Marie, makes sense, off-season anyway, so happy to adapt. That's right. With when it comes to CrossFit, okay, as you notice, any of the guys from the UK, the competitions are to a penny now. You know, they're month after month after month after month, sometimes 3 a month, and in the true sense of CrossFit as a sport, we're in the off-season. We're actually right in the off-season now. So as Marie highlighted, we're in the off-season when it's CrossFit as a sport. When it's CrossFit for a hobby, flipping out, there's competitions all over the place all of the time now. So yeah, be careful of that. Try not to get caught up in those competitions too much, because they're going to be priming you towards using pre and post WOD shakes and all of those sorts of things. And I'm trying to give you the best case scenario for those things, but it's not always optimal to get the most out of these 12 weeks. Remember why you're here. You're here predominantly to change the shape of your body. By changing the shape of your body and your fat adaptation, the way the cells talk to each other, the way you use food for energy and performance and improving your muscle mass and all these rest of these things, you're going to get extreme performance after that. And I'm going to teach you how to improve your performance. It's just going to wait a little while to get there, okay? Like we said, we're off season anyway. Use this period. Enjoy CrossFit for what it is. Worry less about your times that are on the board, okay? There's this huge emphasis with CrossFit, okay? Think about your workouts now during this period as enjoying CrossFit and using them as a fat loss entity, okay? Suzanne Thompson, what do we do when we can't eat, drink, or exercise from feeling rubbish? We'll defo be losing the pounds this week. Yeah, so at various points throughout the program, people are going to be on highs, people are going to be lows. We're all different, and we've all been taking in different amounts of toxins in our lives to this point here. Okay, so please try not to worry about it, particularly if you've been high on the coffee, particularly if you've been high on sugar intake. Okay, and I know, Suzanne, you've been taking in a lot of sugar because of those distance runs. All right, and sugar, all right, has been found in studies to be 4 times as addictive as Coke, all right, or cocaine. So it goes to show how addictive this stuff is. Everyone out there is addicted to sugar. It was in everything. Takeaway meals, takeaways, pre and post workout shakes. Sugar is literally everywhere. When they take fat out of something, they put sugar in. All right. So to be able to come off this stuff is very, very difficult indeed. And each of us are going to get highs and lows. All right. So at different points. So I understand where you're coming from. You're feeling rubbish. If you're trying to come off something that is 4 times as addictive as cocaine, then okay, you're going to get difficult times. All right, we need to get you to the point where you're not getting the haziness, any headaches, feeling down and rubbish. All right, when that goes, you will know that you're fat adapted, and that's the point you want to get to. You'll be level in your mood, you'll be level in your energy, and your body composition will be level, and you'll be an efficient fat burner. What can you do? What would I do personally? I would help to alkalize your system as much as you can. So a greens powder would really, really work efficiently. You can find these in Whole Foods, you can find them online, and you can find them even in high streets like Holland and Barrett nowadays. All right, so a greens powder. What that will do is alkalize you. It will help you to utilize stored body fat. It will help you to rid the cravings of sugar. And by the way, if any of you do get cravings for sugar, then glutamine, which is the most abundant amino acid in the body, can help you to get over any sugar cravings. You take a tablespoon in water, neck it every time you get a sugar craving. The reason that it works is because when the brain is starved of sugar, all right, it will look to glutamine, all right, and that can actually replace the function of the glucose or the sugar in the brain, all right, so it can help you get over those sugar cravings massively. It'll also help with getting over any performance issues with regards to recovery as well from your workouts, okay? So what I would do, Suzanne, is look to alkalize your system, enable your body to get rid of those toxins. It will give you chlorophyll, it will give you blood oxygen, and it will provide an environment to be able to detox as much as you can. At least you're having something coming in. All right. And if you can't exercise, then obviously always movement is good. So stretching, yoga, saunas, massage, mobility, all of those things, as you know, it can massively help you. Kinvara, can we take zeolite in pill form? If so, can we get micronized ones? The answer to that is I actually don't know, because I've only ever taken it in powder or liquid form. So I've never taken the pill form, and I could do a search for you right now while we're on and going through these, but I've never taken zeolites personally in pill form. So you just need to just do a real quick search, zeolite micronized tablet UK, something like that. But I'll take a look. As long as it falls into the bracket, it doesn't matter. So as long as the liquid falls into that bracket of micronized, as long as the powders fall into the micronized, if there's a capsule out there, which I'm sure a capsule is literally just encased powder, then I'm sure it exists somewhere. If not, my protein do little capsuling machines, so you can actually turn any powders into capsules if you want to. All right, so it's just a little machine. I think it's only about a tenner, and you can make your own capsules out of these things. All right. And whatever you take, even if it's pill form, you're going to be taking the equivalent of about a teaspoon per day for about the first week, just so you don't detox too quickly, and then build that up to 2 to 3. I'm on about 3 myself. Okay, so 2 to 3 teaspoons, by the way. John Sherrington. Sorry, just scrolling through these now. Okay, John Sherrington's obviously offering up any recipe ideas, so that's a massive bonus for our group. Okay, to have John on board. So any like recipe things, any questions you need answering, fire them to John in the group. He's going to have all the answers when it comes to that. Me personally, I'm a person who is quite means to an end. All right, and obviously I'm giving you the best of my best recipes and putting them together had them put together over time by myself. But when it comes to making stuff taste phenomenal, John's your man. All right, and obviously I'm going to learn from that guy as we go through this. Matt Fletcher, raw veg better? If so, why? How can I show you? If you come off here and you do a search for Kirlian photography. I'm just going to write that word in the chat box. So Kirlian photography, I've just put that up the top there. You'll see that. What that does is shows you the difference between the energy that is contained within a living vegetable as opposed to a cooked vegetable. Okay, the energy in terms of electromagnetic energy. Our body functions on electrical impulses, as you were. I'm producing movement from what started out as an electrical impulse, which then triggered the muscle, which then triggered the movement. Okay, so raw vegetables provide energy in terms of basically, without getting too deeply, it's like an electrical form of energy. So if you just take a look at Kirlian photography, and I'm going to actually post one into the Facebook group now while we're on here, and you'll see the difference between the energy produced by raw veg as opposed to standard cooked vegetables. Now, when you're low on energy in terms of carbohydrates, and I'm taking something off you, you're going to get this energy. You're going to get some form of energy from some other means, and that is from raw living foods. And also they contain enzymes, live living enzymes, to help you digest and break down those foods. The enzymes that Mother Nature put there for you so that you can break that particular food down. All right? So those enzymes were put there by Mother Nature to break that particular food down, all right, without having to search in your body for enzymes to draw upon your own supply of enzymes to break a food down, all right. So when you cook those enzymes die and they don't break down that food as you need it to, all right. So what you're doing is taxing your body less, and you're going through a detoxification period now, which is taxing on the body, and we want to tax the body less to be able to break those foods down. Also, they are in a higher chlorophyll content, which will help to alkalize the body, which provides an environment in the blood so that fat can be released, so that toxins can be released. And obviously, if your environment in your blood is full of toxins, then why would your body burn fat to release more stored toxins? It won't do it. Okay, so it makes fat loss very, very stubborn. Okay, so what we're doing is just giving you energy, fat loss, and not tapping into your stores. Okay, so You can have the cooked veg in the evening with your evening meals, but we need to have some throughout the day from these fat loss lunch boxes. But you can have 10% of that cooked, just if you want to make it flavored in some way, if it makes that better for you. All right, so if you wanted to top it off with some cooked asparagus, by all means do it. Okay. John Wheeler, can we snack on raw coconut? Yes, you certainly can. I do it daily. John Sherrington, can I add limes to the detox drink rather than lemon for a change? Yep, you can add limes in there. They're actually lower in fructose. They're actually 0 fructose in a lime. So please do go ahead. No problem whatsoever. They're still alkaline and will still do the same job. Does the detox drink count towards the water intake? Yes, it does. It helps to help with water turnover within the body. All right, so because it has these other elements in there, it will prevent any water retention and prevent your body holding on to dirty water and bring in the new clean water and help you to extract any toxins as well. So it certainly does, for sure. Had a daily detox drink during the workout tonight. Is that okay? Yes, it certainly is. 100%. It's obviously for the same reasons. The salt you're going to be losing, so keep that in there. Good minerals helps the cells talking and communicating well. Alkalinity, because exercise produces lactic acid, which is acidic, so you can buffer that acidity with the limes and lemons. And the cayenne pepper won't go very far to improving your performance, but keep it in there. That made 3 litres of detox drink today. I love this stuff. Brilliant. Absolutely fine. So 3 litres, spot on, mate. Keep it going. Matt Fletcher, have you found the dog? Yes, is the answer. Can you see how knackered I am? Out driving around all night trying to find him, and luckily he was picked up at 4 a.m. in the morning after being rained on and all the rest of it, and he was absolutely freezing cold. Sorry, the phone's going off in the background. But yes, he's home, and he's a different dog altogether. But yes, he's home, and it's all fantastic. So if any of you have dogs, then you'll know that, you know, once they do a runner or you lose them, they're like one, you know, part of the family. It's just awful to think of them being out there on their own. But yeah, it's good to have him back. Marie, is spirulina powder okay in any quantity? It comes with a health warning for overuse. Yeah, think about anything. They will put health warnings for overuse. And they have to do that for legal reasons because of FDA and in the UK it's food standards imposing. It's a I could go on forever about this, and it's probably opening up a can of worms as to why they do it, but they put it on there for a reason. If you look at so many things out there that are saying that are healthy, they'll always put a health warning on them for overuse. Okay, same goes for fish oil. They reckon take 3 a day. Well, I beg to differ, but you know, when you consider you can safely take up to 1,000 milligrams of fish oil per percentage of body fat. So if I was 30% body fat, theoretically I could take 30 capsules, but the government are telling me not to take any more than 3. There's plenty out there. Vitamin C is another big one. It tells you to take no more than 1,000 milligrams a day. Well, you can take up to your bowel tolerance a day, which is for some around 10,000 milligrams, which would be 10 tablets of 1,000 milligram vitamin C. I've been known people to have vitamin C on IV, for instance. So Don't worry about any of that. Spirulina is actually the highest protein content of anything on the planet, believe it or not, per gram. Um, the problem is that you can't take in you couldn't take in 100 grams of spirulina powder. It would just be absolutely disgusting. So actually comparing it to meat and all the rest of it actually is preferential and it's highly absorbed in the body. But it's a great way to notch up your protein intake for sure and taking up your protein grams. The reason they're probably warning over it is because of the mineral content and the ability to have a massive detox effect on the body. But don't worry about it. You're only going to be having, what, a tablespoon of this stuff a day? No need to worry. A tablespoon is absolutely fine. So a tablespoon in 1 or 2 smoothies a day is absolutely fine. No problem at all. John Sherrington talking about greens powder. Justin, is it worth adding this to the smoothies? I already have some in the cupboard, so can easily add it in. Yeah, I do it every day. I actually add the greens powder just as like an insurance policy, just to make sure another way of getting in more greens, more alkalinity. So for sure. And also, if you're low on any greens one day, but you've got things like celery and cucumber, you can bolster that chlorophyll. If you haven't got any green leafy vegetables, then you can stick some of that in. It's really, really good. But you can also add that to your greens powder if you wanted to, and you can drink that through your wad and in your wad. Okay, really, really will boost energy. All right, alkalinity, looking after your blood. If you think about your body during a workout, all right, what is it which is supplying nutrients and oxygen to those working muscles? Okay, it's your blood. If your blood can't get there because it's clogged and sticking together because it's acidic, it ain't going to get there. All right. In terms of fat loss, it's going to create an alkaline environment, split all those red blood cells up, prevent a toxic or acidic environment, and allow fat to be released and eliminate toxins and fat at the same time. So keep it in there. Yeah, get it into your greens powder. Sorry, get it into your some water before, during, and after a WOD, and also you can get it into your smoothies. Michelle, re-stretching. Do you have a video or a list of exercises we could replicate to warm up and warm down? Would be really useful, and perhaps a module on stretching. No problem. I'll add that in this week. No problem. I like a bit of mobility and I like a bit of stretching and stuff. So certainly will. I'll take that on board. I probably won't have it as a separate module, but I'll probably put it into the exercise section. Certainly will. Matt Fletcher, can we drink water with lemon and lime in as well as the detox drink in the morning? Yep, no problem. Certainly can. There's virtually, if you were talking about a different fruit, I'd have a different opinion, but because they're extremely low in fructose, lemon being about 0.2 grams of fructose and lime being 0 grams of fructose, no sugar, get it in. No problem. Loads of people will put that in their water just to make it easier to drink. All right, it's absolutely fine. Matt Fletcher, is it okay to CrossFit 5 nights a week? It certainly is. Oh, actually, are we talking about 5 nights on the trot? I'd say 5 nights out of 7 with a break in between. So what would be optimal? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, for instance. Okay, probably, you know, and if you were taking the Wednesday off, you can even do a recovery run or a recovery row in there. All right. Suzanne Thompson, I have the Great North Run in 2 weeks. Is it wise to run it so early in the program? Honestly, I'd probably say no. Based on the way that you're feeling just at the moment, think about what your top goal would be. What is more important to you right now? All right. So if you run that in 2 weeks' time, you'll have been on the program for 4 weeks. Chances are you might be fairly well fat adapted, but you won't have done many training runs fat adapted, and you may not have trained your body so well to be as fat adapted as you possibly could be. So I would probably leave it and work towards your marathon and just go with longer training runs is my advice to you. Train your body to utilize the fat and get away from using things like jelly babies and Skittles and rice and carb loading. All right. If you want to talk about that sort of thing with me, then I'm more than happy to talk to you, Suzanne, on a personal note about how to improve your ability to run in these early weeks and get you fat adapted. All right. And certainly after the program. All right. That's where it comes to tailoring the program for you. All right. So I'm more than happy to work that in. My advice is don't do that great North run so early in the program. You're good to question that. Michelle, there are times when it is either lunch time or dinner time and I'm simply not hungry. Should I eat at that time or wait till I'm hungry? Or would you ever recommend skipping meals? My advice is to listen to your body. Okay. Now let's think. I've had this question a few times, and someone else messaged me today. I think it might have been John, about the fact that he just didn't feel hungry today. And let me tell you why that is. In your body, most people tend to think about their body in terms of calories and carbohydrates, and that is when they're full. It's not just that. Your body has almost has a set of measures throughout your body, okay? And your body is measuring, let's just imagine 52 test tubes lined up one another. And let's think of the first one being magnesium, the next one being iron, the next one being something else, the next one being calcium, the next one being boron, the next one being copper. All of those minerals and nutrients, okay, lined up next to each other. All right. Now, your body will turn off something called your apostat, okay, if all of those test tubes are effectively full. Now, this apostat is constantly monitoring if all of those are full. Now, all of you have been eating probably some of the most nutritious food you have ever eaten for an extremely long time. And there's no toxins getting in the way. These minerals aren't getting used for other purposes. All right? So your apostat has said, all of my test tubes are full with regards to good nutrition. Therefore, I'm going to turn off hunger, okay? Because of the quality of your food. Your food has been so severe quality that your apostat has been turned off and you are no longer hungry. That is probably the reason why. And actually, there's no reason to force this food in there. You need to start using this program by listening to your body. I'm giving you the best blueprint protocols I possibly can, but you need to listen to your body when it comes to this apostat, and that means that you are entirely full of nutrients, not food. Okay, so listen to your body. There's absolutely no point whatsoever throwing down food down your neck for no reason whatsoever. So listen to your apostat, listen to your body. It's saying, I'm not hungry for a reason, because you don't need the nutrients. Okay, so forget about calories. Really got to forget about calories, which is why these programs which allow you to eat all of this crap out there and say it's all about calories, cut down calories, cut down calories. Well, you're cutting down calories and swapping 100 calories of chicken breast for 100 calories of Kit Kat. they're not the same. There's no nutrients in the Kit Kat. So that's why you're still bloody hungry on these horrible programs which restrict all these calories and allow you to have all of these bad foods. There's no nutrients coming in. So what we're doing is we're training your body, and your body is saying, turn off the apostat because my nutrients are full, not my stomach. Okay, you're getting the nutrients in, so your hunger is turned off. Okay, so there's so many ways that this intricate body works together, and it's just absolutely amazing. So hopefully that there's no point, Michelle, in cramming down food. Okay, if you're not hungry, it's down to your apostat. Anna, I'm going away this weekend and won't be able to have or make smoothies. What do I eat to avoid halting the detox or fat loss process? Wednesday, going away, won't be able to have or make smoothies. It's only one day, Anna, and if you're away for the breakfast, take a look over the breakfast. Look at the ethos that we're working with on those breakfasts. Go with a protein and go with some green veg if you can. All right. If there's no veg, take some nuts with you and have a meat and nuts breakfast. That will help with the fat loss process. And you can take with you a greens powder. Shake that up with some water and neck that back. You've got your greens covered. Okay. And that will keep you alkaline. That will aid the detox and it will aid your fat loss process. So no need to worry. It's only one day. I think you've got the idea. If you can make the fat loss lunch, then do that. That will help you to overcome any sort of getting caught off guard throughout the day. And when it comes to the evening meals, take the ethos when it comes to the evening meals. You're looking at protein, you're looking at veg, but going with a greens powder, if you can, will be absolutely phenomenal. There's some disgusting ones out there, some good ones out there. If you want a really quick and easy one, you can go to Holland & Barrett, pick up a pack of wheatgrass, and you're done. It's going to aid in the detox process, all right, and almost overcome any greens that you're missing and take the place of that smoothie. But just make sure you're getting in the fat and the protein, which is why I said have some eggs or some meat and some nuts and your greens powder. Just had someone saying that they've got the zeolite liquid and it's tasteless for anyone who's wondering about whether they're going to be able to have that. Matt Fletcher, great news. And also, can I follow the training program to the letter due to bulging discs? Could lack of heavy lifting affect my progress, or doing something is still better than nothing? Okay, training programs. Right. I think I'm going to need to talk to you one-on-one about this, about what you've done previously, what you're doing, and how you're doing things. Obviously, compound multi-joint exercises like deadlift, overhead strip press, squat, front squat, overhead squat, they're compound exercises and they're multi-joint exercises. The more joints you can involve in an exercise, the better it is for your fat loss, okay, and optimizing hormone levels, interestingly. So those exercises are going to be great. If you can do the lighter metcons and drive up growth hormone like that, then that would be good. But I think I need to speak to you one-to-one. Maybe we'll have a call tomorrow. So if you could PM me, we'll have a call and we'll talk about your program in particular. All right, because I could probably go on about training programs for hours and hours and hours on here like that. So let's have a call tomorrow if you can, and let's talk that through. Anna, should I put a limit on carrots? I seem to be eating a ton of them. They're quite starchy. And if you're snacking on them, that is fine at this stage. It's absolutely fine. All right. There's going to be lots more ways that we're going to be bringing in different methods on improving your fat loss. So having a few carrots ain't going to cause it. Okay. So just remember they're a little bit starchy, act a little bit different in the body. But snacking on them, if it's stopping you doing something else, then crack on. Do I need to follow the recipes? John, do I need to follow the recipes for dinner, or is clean protein plus veg okay? Yeah, just follow the protocols. Follow the protocols. If you can see within there, I'm giving the ideas. You'll be able to look at those recipes and say, okay, Justin's telling us to cook with coconut oil, so I'll use that. Justin's seems to be eliminating seed oils and vegetable oils, although you're going to learn about that in a later module. You know, cook in the methods that I'm telling you to cook in, use the proteins that I'm telling you to use, add the green vegetables, and if you're unsure of an ingredient, give me a shout. So yeah, that's the emphasis for the evening meals. Also, can I have a little bit more protein for lunch, say a chicken breast and a handful of mustard? That's fine. Yeah, just go with your. So we're talking about a fist amount of protein in your lunchbox. So yeah, if you want like a handful of mussels, it's not going to take it way overboard. All right. So yeah, go ahead. Matt Fletcher, do we add the zeolite to water? Yes, you can add it to your water, your detox drink, your smoothies, or a greens powder. Haley, Gemma here. I'm with Haley. Hello, Gemma. Um, how long should we RM for? RM. Recovery movement? Just let me know whether that's recovery movement. If it is, that would be for 40 minutes to an hour. Not a great deal. Just low intensity movement. Okay, you can have a recovery run, a recovery walk, recovery row, yoga, massage, stretch session, mobility, anything like that. Okay, get on a trampoline, whatever you want. Okay, Anna, sorry, I can't follow the training program. That's fine. Let's chat about your training tomorrow on the phone if we can. Is it okay to have the detox drink after my smoothie or some nuts? I'd like you to have the detox drink first, if you can. This is how I do it. Come straight down in the morning, have my detox drink, shower, let that water go in. So I'll shower and then I'll go and make my smoothies. All right. So you want the detox drink to help utilize as a fat flush, to have the water turnover within the body to prevent any sticking there. You can have the detox drink as much as you want after the day, but the idea is to have it first before anything else, okay, to allow that fat flush and allow that detox, all right, and allow the water turnover. But I think you're asking, can I have some nuts as well? Yeah, you can have a pinch of nuts, okay. Oh, Anna, you're going away for a week. Okay, then definitely. So you're going away for a week from Wednesday. Take some nuts and also take a greens powder for sure. How many nuts should we be having a day? I think I'm eating far too many. Yep, I call nuts domino foods. And they act like Doritos or Pringles or something like that. Once you start, it ain't going to stop. Okay, so it's that domino effect. Once you start eating those nuts, you'll keep going and going and going and going and going. What I say is take out a pinch from the packet, put them to the side, get rid of the packet. Okay, so a pinch of nuts, all right, about twice a day ish. Okay. Oh yeah, Haley, recovery movement. Yeah, so recovery movement, about an hour, 40 minutes to an hour of movement, stretching, trampoline, light swim, although I'm not the biggest fan of swimming because of the chlorine. But yeah, something like that, movement. Suzanne, do you still need to keep the 12-hour period between dinner and breakfast? No, you don't. No, that was just during the detox period. All right, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay, so you can eat as late as you want and you can eat as early as you want during this period. However, if you did want to stick to it and it was working for you, what that will do is um, enable you to take on week 6 with a better grasp. Okay, I don't want to let week 6 out of the bag just yet, but it will allow you to undertake that better. But the answer is no, you don't need to stick to that 12-hour period. That's just during the detox period. Um, do, do, do. How much MSM? You can work up to 20 grams, which is a lot, but I would just literally take 5 grams. Just 5 grams is enough. Okay, so a teaspoon straight in. Okay. Um, Grapefruit, okay, in lunch or to snack on. John, at this period, you're going to be going through a module that's all about and includes fruit, and it will teach you how much to have and in what content, okay, and how much you can have it. All right, so just wait until then. All right, the grapefruit. Yeah, just for now, I'm getting ahead of myself. What you need to do is just rely on berry fruits at this period in time, and those lemons and limes. Here comes Mrs. Lord coming in. So yeah, go with that. Michelle, how long should we soak nuts for? After leaving them overnight, they taste horrendous and slimy, so it puts me off them altogether. Michelle, a lot of the other nuts don't work very well with the soaking. Um, so I would stick to almonds if you can. Now almonds you want to do overnight. Oh, there's Alfie. There he is. Just gonna do it. Look at that. Look how much fat's on him. He's very lean. I think he's down to about 1% now. So I'll probably get my skin fold calipers out and test that. But yeah, he's done TBT90, haven't you, buddy? So yeah, oh, get down. So yeah, go with just the almonds, Michelle. Soak them in filtered water. Put them in the fridge overnight. When you take them out in the morning, put them in a colander, wash them off to get all of that out. Get rid of that water that they were soaked in. Put them in new water, store them back in the fridge. Take out what you need. Okay? Things like cashews and all of that do not work well. And macadamias and all those sorts of things do not work well soaked if you're tasting them. What those things work well, those soaked cashews work really well as a base for a cheesecake. But don't do that yet. I'm going to talk to you about that later on in the program, okay? About alternatives to those. Dried fruit, raisin, a no-go, okay? Massively full of sugar, and when you dry something, the sugar content goes through the roof. So wait until the module that is going to tell you everything about fruit. There's also a fructose chart to download, okay? So you'll be surprised just how much the sugar content goes through the roof. And particularly fructose, when you watch that, is particularly bad for body composition and visceral fat in the tummy. But again, I'm not going to get ahead of the program. We need to do everything bit by bit. Stick to the berry fruits, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, and things like that, and keep away from that dried fruit for now, and stick to those citrus, lemon, and limes in drinks. In the program, there's a leg press. My box doesn't have a leg press, and it doesn't have a machine apart from me. Can I front squat instead? Yeah. What do I want you to do instead of that? Yeah, front squat. Yeah, front squat's fine. Um, Marie, microwaving pre-prepared food. If it's the only option you've got, then go ahead. If I'm going to heat food through, I will literally put it into a pan and heat it through very, very quickly like that. John will have some good options for you, but that's what I do. Microwaving actually changes the molecular structure of that food and turns it into a poison or a toxin. All right, so it's not great. The less time it spends in that microwave, the better. But I would always, if you can, just heat this pre-prepared food through on either under a grill or in a frying pan. Just very quickly toss it through what food it is. Okay, much better. Haley, hi Alfie. It's a good lad. Haley, cheesecake. Or no, she said cheesecake. Awesome. Yeah, don't worry, you're going to learn about all that. Yeah, I like it. John Sherrington said microwaves, think Hiroshima, evil. Yeah, I totally agree. Okay, they're evil bits of kit. Wow, that was the quickest hour ever. I don't know if don't think I stopped talking once. I'm going to do a real quick post onto Facebook with that Curlian photography so that Matt can benefit from seeing the difference between raw veg and cooked veg in terms of its energy content. All right, so actually I think maybe my clock's a little bit fast. Okay, we'll go for a few more minutes. So yeah, I'm going to do a post onto Facebook about that and show you the difference between cooked and raw veg. It's massive. I'm just going to check there's nothing I've missed. Michelle, fat loss lunch, plant proteins and animal proteins. Do we only choose one, or can we have one of each, or as many as we like, so long as we have the base as directed in the 4 categories? The base is extremely important, okay? Extremely important. So get that spot on, okay? It's always minimum amounts that are in there, so minimum, okay? As long as you're going with the minimum, I'm happy. When it comes down to the proteins, think about a fist size for your protein. If you're having like half and half, then that's fine. Half a fist of meat, half a fist of the plant proteins. Just remember that the plant proteins can be a bit starchy, okay? The reason the plant proteins are in there is because they are an option for vegans and vegetarians. All right, they can be a bit starchy, so limit them a little bit. Obviously, yes, they were in the detox period, and the reason they were in the detox period is because meat is extremely taxing on the body to be able to break it down. All right. Michelle said you missed one of mine, but I think I answered that one just now. And John Sherrington said, did you say you'll post this call so we can all watch it again? Certainly is. This is being automatically recorded now, and I'll have a link for you, which I can literally just post it straight into the group, and you can watch it all again, no problem at all. So that will go in. All right, and obviously so that everyone else, I think there's 10 or 11 of us here, and some people will have missed it, so that's for the benefit of those. How much seaweed can we eat? Let me tell you, Matt, you know those Itsu things that I posted in the group, Itsu Nori. Well, I had 6 packets today. 6 packets of the Itsu Nori. You get three boxes in each, and they're all gone. All right, so it's negligible. All right, so it's fine. You're not going to be able to eat a ton of it anyway. All right, so just go ahead. So I think I've got them all, I'm sure. Scrolling through. Yeah, I'm sure that's us. Well, guys, I hope it's been beneficial for you. If you could, got another question come through. Haley, can you explain the HIT part of the intermediate workout for today, please? I'd have to go back and remind myself of that one. Obviously, I've got 12 weeks of programs in there. Let me just very quickly, I'm going to take a look on my system here very quickly, and I'll see if I can find that for you. If you just bear with me, I'm just looking through. Week 2, intermediate program. Today's Monday. Let me just check I'm talking about Monday here. The intermediate workout for today, please, HIT. Anna says, HIT on the Airdyne, evil. I agree with you. So this HIT here, I'm looking at now, is 8 seconds max followed by 12 seconds slow. Repeat the sequence for 20 minutes. Yeah, so you're literally going balls out for 8 seconds and going at a slow pace for 12 seconds. And obviously, together that is 20 seconds. All right, so you're going to get 3 of those in 1 minute, because that's 60 seconds. You just keep repeating that. 8 seconds on, 12 seconds off. Keep going like that for 20 minutes. It's literally, and it's a real good fat burner. Okay. So yeah, I think I looked at that. Is it week, or is that? Did I just read out week 2? So I think I just read out week 2. Let's have a look at week 1. Bear with me. No, I think I read out the right one. 12 minutes steady, 12 seconds. No, it's seconds. Let me just check that. Program, week 2, intermediate. Seconds, yeah. So you literally just checked it. Okay, so 8 seconds as hard and as fast as you can, 12 seconds rest. 8 seconds hard, 12 seconds rest. 8 seconds fast, 12 seconds rest. Okay, literally going like that for 12 minutes. Okay, it's quite it's an extremely good fat loss method. But those 8 seconds needs to be your absolute maximum. Okay, so your rate of perceived exertion out of 10 needs to be a 9 or a 10. Literally going as hard as you possibly can. Okay, good stuff. Right, guys, thank you ever so much for tonight. If you could do me a massive favor and just post on your timeline, that would be amazing. If you could just say, just had coaching call with hashtag TBT90, that would be absolutely fantastic. All right, that would be like a massive bonus for me. And as a thank you, at the end of the program, I will present you all with a TBT90 training T-shirt. All right. Let me know, because I had an idea of possibly putting your group name on the back, which is the A team. All right, and all of your names as well as that on the front. If you just want that on the front, let me know. If you want that on the front and something on the back, let me know. All right, guys, these will be the ones you're having. Girls, you're going to have a vest. All right. So I hope that's of interest. I hope it's been a great help for you. I wanted to say a massive thank you and a sign off to say well done in the group. There's a huge amount of support in the group, like nothing I've ever seen before. Obviously, we've got a lot of experience in the group in various arenas, and that is really helping out everyone. Now, this is the aspect that we've got. Our plus side is this group support, which is ongoing all throughout the day. I'm waking up, turning on the phone, and there's stuff going on all the time. Let's get around each other. Let's work together. You all are absolutely fantastic and working together extremely well, which is making the job really easy for me, and it's making a massive it's making this program even bigger than it already is. Okay, so for that I want to thank you guys. Keep going with your support, keep going everyone, and please, please, please work together. If someone is feeling low, it's because they're going through the detox phase. All right, and we will all get that at different points. So please try and work hard together and work as best you can. Okay, thank you again, everyone, and I'll look forward to seeing you next week on this. All right, and hopefully I'm possibly going to bring in a system which allows us to have all of this chat, and also allows me to bring people in and be able to speak so that everyone can hear. All right. Thanks again, guys. I really appreciate your support. I really appreciate you working so well on the program, and I look forward to you getting results this week, and looking forward to next week where we talk about week 3. Thanks, guys. Hope it's beneficial for you, and please post on your timeline hashtag TBT90. Take care, guys, and I will see you in the group after this. Take care, guys. Bye.